Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to a morning routine. Today I wanted to share with you everything that I do in the morning to get ready and out of the door on time. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what we have for breakfast, what I pack for snacks and pack lunches, any cleaning tasks that I do, as well as my beauty, skincare and hair care routines. So I hope you really enjoy this video. If you do, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new around here, I would love you to consider subscribing. And I also wanted to say a huge thank you to today's sponsor, Function of Beauty. They're working with me again. And once again, if you follow the link in my description, you'll get 20% off your first order. So today I set my alarm for 6 a.m. On days when I know it's going to be a very busy one, or if it's a hair washing day, then I will wake up before the kids. So they tend to wake up at about 7 a.m. So by setting my alarm for 6, it gives me a whole hour to be able to shower, wash my hair, sometimes make lunches and plan a few things. And it's definitely a more peaceful start to the day when I do wake up before the kids, but I tend to only do it a few times a week because I actually only wash my hair twice a week. I really try to make it go as long as it can in between washes. And I've been using Function of Beauty for about a year now, and I really love the products. Not only do they really work for my hair, but they also only use clean ingredients. So there are no parabens, sulfates, GMOs or toxins. They're 100% vegan and cruelty free as well. And they abide by the EU regulations, which bans 1,400 ingredients. Versus the FDA in the US, they only ban 11 ingredients. So there's no nasties. But also the cool thing is it's a completely customizable hair care brand. So because everyone's hair is different, every product is different as well. So the way that they work is you go onto their website, you do a 2-minute quiz, and you just outline your hair type, your hair goals, your personal preferences. That you can even choose the fragrance, you can choose the colors. So I went for really summery colors today, and also the fragrance I chose was rose. I think it was called Striker Rose, and you can choose how much fragrance you want. You can have none, or I actually went for strong because I really like the scent of it. And you can even personalize the bottle, so you can add your name. So it feels very personal to me. I think they also look great on the shelf. I just love how bright and colorful they are, and they come with stickers every time, so you can add the stickers, and it just makes my hair feel really soft. So mine is very limp and fine and long. So I put in for my hair goals that I wanted to get more volume, that I wanted to protect from heat, and that I wanted more shine. I also really like their hair mask, which I use every other week, and they do a great body lotion as well. So once again, I'll put that link in the description, and if you click on it, you'll get 20% off your first order at Function of Beauty. And once again, huge thank you to them for supporting my channel. And most of all, thank you to you guys, because without you watching, I wouldn't be able to partner with brands like this that I absolutely love. So yes, once my hair is all washed, make sure to clean the shower door. And then I wanted to say that when I was in the shower, I used a special cleansing gel on my face. And then once I'm out, I tone with a multi-active toner. And for my moisturizer, I use one called the Dynamic Skin Recovery. This has 50 SPF in it, and you only need a tiny pea-sized amount. It really does go a long way. So I kind of dot that onto my face and rub it in. And then I always use an eye cream. And in the morning, I use one called the Total Eye Care, I believe. This almost has like a little bit of a tint in it, and it like reflects light. So I really like it because I could definitely look tired some days, and I've had some really nice comments lately about my skin. But as you can see here, completely barefaced, I do get quite a few blemishes around my chin. It only happens once a month. It's very hormonal and it's very predictable, but I do definitely get like that's the zone where I kind of struggle. Of course, I do my deodorant, and then I brush my hair through. Whenever I wash my hair, I tend to just leave it to dry naturally 80% of the way, and then I'll just blow dry like the last bit to give it a little bit of volume, and then I'll curl it as well, but I'll show you that once it's a bit more dry. So now I'm going to go downstairs. I'm still the only one awake. It's about 5 to 7, I think, on the clock, and I always try to leave the kitchen quite clean before I go up to bed at night. I feel like that's like the nicest thing to come down to. So now now all I have to do is empty the dishwasher, and I still do the thing that I've always done, and that is to fill up the kettle and then try to beat the kettle boiling. Like, I try to get the whole dishwasher unloaded while I'm boiling the kettle. I hope that makes sense. But it definitely speeds me up, gives me like a tiny little challenge in the morning. I don't know, it might sound weird, but it really works for me. So I'm just quickly going to put all the dishes away. So the boys started to wake up at about 7:10, and the first thing that they do is make their beds, open the shutters, and then come downstairs and normally make themselves some cereal. Now that they're older, they're so capable, so they just go and get it themselves. And I've always had chore charts for the boys. Fraser, I feel like he just knows what to do and gets on with it. But the chore charts are really helpful. That's how they get their allowance each week. So if you want to check them out, I've got a free printable on my website, so you can use them as well. Then I also had some watermelon in the fridge. I did a bit of a meal prep this week, and I pre-cut some watermelon. So I'm just going to put that out on the table and like hope that they eat some. And they also always get a multivitamin. This has omega-3 and all of that kind of stuff in it. And then today I'm just making them almond butter and jam toast for breakfast. So while the boys were sat eating their breakfast, Jackson managed to spill his entire bowl of Cheerios on the floor and on himself, and his worst thing ever is when he gets his clothes wet. So it was all quite dramatic, but we quickly cleaned it up and then got back to breakfast. And I wanted to show you, this is so sweet, but Fraser, while he was eating breakfast today, he was reading his new book. It's the Gareth Southgate book, who's the manager of the England team. And yeah, he's really enjoying it. So the boys sit and eat together, and this morning they were actually being so cute. They were talking about the dreams that they had the night before. And then while I'm doing the breakfast and everything with the boys, Matt gets ready for the day. And then when he comes down, he brings all of the clothes that are on the banister for the boys to wear that day. He also started to empty the bin, so I thought I would film it for you guys because today is actually bin day, and we were like, quick, get them out. And then I'm gonna make myself a coffee. I tend to have 2 coffees in the morning, and then that is all the caffeine that I have for the day. I was finding if I had more than that, I tend to feel a bit more anxious and actually don't like the feeling of it. So just 2 coffees first thing. Then Matt has the same breakfast that he always has. I feel like I've shown you guys this a million times, but he has grapefruit and his vegan pancakes with all his berries and everything, and a coffee each morning. Then the boys are quite good at washing up their bowls or sticking their plates into the dishwasher. That's another one of their chores. They just need to clear their plates from the table. And while the boys are eating breakfast, I prepare the snacks for the day and also any packed lunches. Today I only need to make 1 packed lunch. Jackson's at home with me today, and it's just one of the big boys wasn't having the school dinner, so I made him a ham and cheese sandwich and also put some crisps and a cookie and an apple into this lunch. And I put it in this lunch box that I've shown you guys before, but it's got 3 sections, and I just really like once they get it open, they can just get everything out of it. And I'm also going to pack the boys snacks for school. I always tend to do this in the morning, but we seem to have enough time, so it kind of works. So the 2 older boys get water each. Caleb has an apple and a Barney bear today. Fraser's having breadsticks with his little hummus and a banana as well. And whenever I pack the boys a banana, I'll write something on it. So it might be a joke, or because it was the England final, I wrote "It's coming home" because I just knew that would make him smile. Then after breakfast, Jackson wanted a yogurt. He pretty much has one of these every morning. And then they were just hanging out on the sofa watching FGTV on YouTube. They love that. And while they were happy and they're all fed, all the lunches and everything are done, I went upstairs to get ready and I took my second coffee. Jackson tried to follow me. Then he went back downstairs. So by now my hair has been air drying for about an hour. So I just need to like blast it quickly with my blow dryer for that last bit of moisture. And sometimes I'll put my head upside down and blow dry it that way to give it like a bit more volume as well. Once it's all dry, I'm then gonna turn on my curling iron. And while it heats up, I'll go and get dressed and I'm gonna put my makeup on as well. So today I'm just hanging out with Jackson. So I'm just gonna put on a really simple outfit. I've been loving wearing these long maxi dresses, as I said. They're almost like my leggings in the summer. They're so comfortable. This one is from Hush. And first thing this morning, we've got a Skype call with Jackson's new teacher that he's going to have next year. So I do have to be presentable. So then I brush my teeth and then I'll quickly run you through my beauty routine. I do tend to put on a little bit of makeup every day because I'm normally filming something or doing some work on Instagram. And I personally just feel a bit more comfortable when I have a little bit of makeup on. I just feel a bit better for it. So first off, I'm using this foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. It's called Light Wonder and I really like it. It is light and I feel like it's quite like illuminating as well. It hasn't got like a huge amount of coverage. So if I ever feel that there's some areas where I do want a bit more coverage, I'll then go in with my Estee Lauder Double Wear, the foundation that I've loved for ages, and it just has loads of coverage. So those areas around my chin that I was talking about, where I have a little bit of redness, my nose as well, I'll put that just on those places that need a bit more coverage. Then my concealer is the Clarins. It's number 1. I think it's called Instant Concealer. And the last time I showed this, so many of you guys were like, did you know it was discontinued? I had no idea because a bottle like this can last me up to a year. So if you have any recommendations for new concealers that I can get once this one runs out, I would love to know your ideas because I've literally used that forever. Then I went in with a little bit of Benefit Hoola and then a little bit of pink on my cheeks as well from Bobbi Brown. And then I'm putting on this iconic, I feel like everyone in the videos is like, oh, your skin is so shiny. And I feel like it's that iconic like serum thing. I have worked with them before, but this isn't obviously part of the partnership, but it really I feel like it gives you like a filter in real life, if that makes sense. Then I'm doing a tiny bit of eyeshadow. This is a Charlotte Tilbury palette. And if I wasn't really doing much, I probably wouldn't bother with my eyes, but I just wanted to kind of show you. I literally just use a light, like brightening color. Then I'm going to pencil in my brows a little bit with a pencil from Benefit. And then I also use the Gimme Brow as well, which helps to like tame them and keep them in place. And for my lashes, I have individual lash extensions put on every 3 weeks in a salon. And I love having that because I feel like I wake up and my eyes are just like halfway done. And then I'm also going to put on a bit of lip gloss, which is from Bare Minerals. And that is me. That is done. Obviously, I don't always go like all out every day, but I really wanted to show you like everything that I use. And I feel like I've had the same makeup routine for a very, very long time. I just feel like if it's not broken, don't fix it. And now I'm just tonging my hair. I have this tong, I can't even think where it's from, but I have lost the glove. So I sometimes burn my hand, but I do quite like the way that it makes my hair look. So yeah, that is my hair all done. And then I'm just going to put on a tiny bit of perfume. So while I was upstairs doing all of that, the boys are downstairs getting ready for school. They also brush their teeth and do their hair. We keep all of that downstairs, so it's really easy for them to get ready. Then I'm going to give the big boys a kiss goodbye, and Matt is going to take them on the school run while I stay at home with little Jackson. So he wanted an apple, so I'm just going to make him that, and then he's going to watch a little bit of Luca. That's like his new favorite film. So he's just going to eat the apple, and while he does and like just chills out, I'm going to run around and do a few little cleaning tasks before we get going for today. So I'm just going to go upstairs to our room, make our bed, open the blinds and the window as well, and just air out this room. And if you happen to be new to my channel, we're actually doing some renovation work on our house very soon. So we're going to be changing this bedroom across the back of the house. For Matt and I, we're going to have like an ensuite, and it's going to be slightly bigger. So we're really looking forward to it because we love the view at the back. It looks over these fields and it's just really peaceful. Then I'm going to run into Jackson's bedroom and sort out his bunk bed. So this is our youngest bedroom, but our middle son's room is being renovated right now, so he's kind of sharing with his brothers while we do that. So sometimes he sleeps with Jackson, sometimes he sleeps with Fraser. They're actually loving having all these sleepovers together and like sharing. So yeah, I'm just gonna quickly put all of that away and then run downstairs and do a few more cleaning tasks, like just wipe down the table from breakfast, quickly vacuum, which takes me like a minute to just run around with our cordless vacuum because it can be quite messy. And I also forgot to say at the beginning of the video, I know there might be some people watching this thinking, why are the boys still going to school in the summer? But where we live in England, the boys just get 6 weeks summer holiday each year. So they finish mid-July and then they're back to school in September. So they don't get as long a time off as you do in like North America or other places. But it's actually really nice because they get a few more holidays and weeks off during the year. So where I grew up, we had like 2 months, sometimes a bit more than 2 months off in the summer, but it's actually quite a long time to be away from education and reading and all of that. So it is nice, and they get extra breaks. They get a week off in February, they get 2 to 3 weeks off at Easter, and like it kind of all works out. So it's got its pros and cons, I guess. Then after about 15 minutes or so, Jackson came to find me and he wanted to play a game. And I recently got this like fort building set. I shared it on stories. I just got it on Amazon and it's quite good. And he was so excited about it. He loves building. Yes. 120.
Oh my god.
Get it in?
I got it in!
Yeah, so during the course of the day, we made about 3 or 4 different forts. It's quite cool because it kind of like builds a frame, and then the idea is you can like put a sheet over it and it's like a really good fort. So he quite enjoyed it. So while he was playing with it, I remembered that I haven't even had breakfast yet. So I'm so sorry, I keep doing this, like nearly forgetting and then realizing that I'm starving. So for breakfast today, I'm just having like a protein shake. So I've got some frozen strawberries and bananas that I just keep in the freezer. They're so handy. Then I'm adding in some almond milk, about a cup, but I'm just eyeballing it. And then I also add a big scoop of protein powder. It's like the chocolate ones. And then I've folded, have you seen this hack on TikTok where you just cut a V in your freezer bags and then it's really easy to tie back up? So I've started to do that for things like chips and also like my smoothie fruit. Then I'm just going to whiz it up and drink that while I play with Jax. And in the morning, I also take my vitamins. I take an omega-3, a B12, a magnesium, and a vitamin D. So I've taken those, just gonna drink my smoothie and hang out with Jackson while we build that amazing fort. And then, as I said, he's got a call with his new reception teacher. So it was quite cute. The school said for them to like choose some of their favorite toys and things so that he could talk about something he's excited about. So we got a few drawings that he recently did, his favorite book, and then a few of his favorite like latest toys. And then yeah, we sat down and had a call with her. He was so cute. He did get like quite shy, but it was nice for him to actually see her, because pre-COVID the teachers would actually come to your house and visit. So it's a shame that we couldn't have that. So it's just really nice for him to see her face and feel like he kind of knows his teacher and stuff. So yeah, it was lovely. And it's also really nice that Jackson's teacher has taught both of his brothers before. So I feel like she kind of knows like what he's probably going to be like. Okay guys, so that is our summer morning routine. I hope you really enjoyed it. It's a beautiful day here, so I think we're now going to go on the trampoline and maybe to the park as well. I only have literally like 2 days left like this with Jackson until the big boys are off for summer as well, so really trying to make the most of it before they're all at home and then off to school in September. But yeah, anyway, thanks again for watching. Don't forget that Function of Beauty 20% off is in the description, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.